Hello everyone. Today we're going to have a new grammar topic which is called the passive voice. And we're going to only discuss two tenses of the passive voice, which are the present simple passive and the past simple passive. And to start with, we're going to start with the present simple passive. But before we do that, let's know what's the meaning of the passive voice. As we all know, English has two voices, the active voice and the passive voice. The active voice is used when the subject of the sentence does the action. It's like any normal sentence as we know. Let's have some examples of active sentences. The first one says, my mom sings that song. My mom here is the subject, sings is the verb, that song is the object. Another example, Sam writes a letter. Sam is the subject, writes is the verb, a letter is the object. The last example here of an active sentence, Anne cleans the house. Anne is the subject, cleans is the verb, the house is the object. The passive voice is used when we focus on the object of the sentence. Let's have some examples. My mom sings that song. My mom is the subject, sings is the verb, that song is the object. And this is a normal active sentence. And to change this active sentence into a passive sentence, we are going to focus more on the object, which is that song. So we're going to start with that song. Then we put the verb is sung by my mom. And as you can see, my mom here, which is the subject, came at the very end of the sentence. That song, we started with the object, and then the verb, as you can notice, which is present simple, change it to be is sung. Is plus the past participle of the verb sings, which is sung. Then you put the subject at the end. So now we're going to have some steps to do before changing any active sentence into a passive sentence. First, we have to start with the object. Second, we put it is or are. Third, we put the verb in the past participle. What's the meaning of past participle? It's the third form of the verb. Fourth, you put the word by, and last, you put the subject. And now, I put the steps here at the side to use while changing these active sentences into passive sentences. Let's start. My mom sings that song. We already answered this before, so let's focus on it again. So my mom is the subject, sings is the verb, that song is the object. You have to put the subject, the verb, and the object into circles here to identify it before answering the passive sentences. So it's gonna be, yes, you're going to start with the object, which is that song. Then you put is or are, that song takes is or are, it takes is. And the past participle of sing is sung. Then you put the word by, and then you put the subject. Let's have another example. Sam writes a letter. Sam is the subject, writes is the verb, and letter is the object. Yes, we're going to start with the object, which is a letter. A letter takes is or are. Yeah, it's one, so it takes is. And the past participle of writes is written. And then you put the word by, then you put the subject, which is Sam. A letter is written by Sam. Object, verb, subject. The last example. Anne cleans the house. Anne cleans the house. Anne is the subject, cleans is the verb, the house is the object. So it's gonna be the house is, yes, it is cleaned by Anne. Object, verb, subject. Sometimes when the subject is unknown or Sometimes when the subject is unknown or unimportant to the meaning of the sentence, we don't use by and we don't put the subject. For example, this sweater is made in China. This sweater is the object, is made is the verb. Do we have a subject here? No. Do we know who made the sweater? No. So we don't care about the subject here. Okay. Now, the present simple passive. I put the rule here to make you remember it. We put the main verb followed by is or are, then you put the past participle of the verb. Somebody cleans this room. Somebody is the subject, cleans is the verb, this room is the object. And every day, I don't care about it, so I'm gonna put it at the very end of the passive sentence too. Here, we will start with this room, which is the object. Then you put is. Then you put the past participle of clean, which is gonna be cleaned. Then we use the word by, and at the end you put the subject, which is somebody. Then you put every day. This room is cleaned by somebody every day. Now remember, number 1, the past participle always stays the same. Only verb to be changes. Yeah, we only put is or are, but the past participle is the same. Number 2, the subject and the verb must always agree in number. For example, we have here an active sentence that says the teachers help the new student. If you are going to change this sentence into a passive sentence, you're going to start with the object, which is the new student. Student takes is or are. Yeah, it takes is. So the new student is helped by the teacher. But the other example says the teachers help the new students. The new students here is plural. So we use are. The new students are helped by the teachers. Is it clear now? Okay. Now, let's go to the next rule, the past simple passive. Can you remember? Let's see. The past participle always stays the same. Only verb to be changes. The subject and the verb must always agree in number. So, the past simple passive is the main verb followed by was or were plus the past participle. Can you notice the difference between the present simple passive and the past simple passive? Yes, it's only is and are changed to was and were. So you use is or are in the present and you use was or were in the past. An example, somebody cleaned this room yesterday. Somebody is the subject, cleaned is the verb, this room is the object. Yesterday. Okay, can you notice the verb here, which is cleaned? What tense is the verb cleaned here? It's past simple. So now you're going to change this active past sentence into an passive past sentence, which is going to be this room was cleaned yesterday. This room was cleaned yesterday. You can put by somebody. So let's have some examples to make it clearer. Okay. Let's practice. Number 1, he opens the door. He opens the door. He is the subject, opens the verb, the door is the object. Now go back to the verb, which is opens. Is it present or past? It's present, so you're gonna put is or are, was or were. We are going to use is or are. So here start with the object, the door is opened by him. Another example, he wrote some letters. He wrote some letters. Wrote here, present or past? Yeah, it's past. So we're going to use the past simple passive, was or were. Some letters, it's not singular, it's plural. So we're going to use were. And the past participle of wrote is written by him. Another example, she pays a lot of money. She pays a lot of money. So we start with a lot of money, which is the object. Is, a lot of money takes is. It's uncountable word. So it takes is. And the past participle of pay is paid by her. A lot of money is paid by her. She sang a song. She sang a song. This is a past simple sentence. Yes. So it's gonna be a song was sung by her. Another example, somebody hit me. Somebody hit me. So me turns to be I was hit by somebody. We didn't change the verb here because the verb hit is an irregular verb. The present, the past, and the past participle are the same. It's hit, hit, hit. I was hit by somebody. The last example, we set the table. We sit the table. Sit here is present simple. So it's gonna be the table is set by us. I hope it's clearer now. So let's sum up. Now the present simple passive, you use the main verb followed by is or are, then you put the past participle. He writes letters. Letters are written by him. But the past simple passive, you use the main verb followed by was or were plus the past participle. He wrote letters. Letters were written by him. I hope it's clearer now and I hope it's easier now. Thank you for watching. Please stay safe.